Why do I have no screen? Oh, now I have a screen. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, there's Blue. After about however many million years, we finally got our GoPro set up to start recording for the day. Blue, say hi. Well, that's close enough. That'll work. There's a lot of pressure on here. Okay, got mine. $13 smoothie, 2 rusty nuts, the ambulance, the welder. What does that mean? And we are back. All right, so we got our 2019 Toyota Tundra here, putting a alarm, remote start, and a satellite radio edition on it. A lot of things been going on, like Blue. CJ, you didn't record any of that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, a lot of things have been going on in the shop. As you can see, we've got it mostly put together. It's workable. Obviously, I haven't finished the Acura yet because we have, I can't believe I missed the Blue. We've been working on kitchen cabinet stuff. So I've got all kinds of, wood projects going on. Tony's helping me with that. Well, mainly Tony's doing most of it. Anyway, but here's a kind of a quick overview of what we got going on in the shop. CJ, the Jeep, Troy, you need to get your butt over here so we can work on it. So the point of this video is to kind of show you how I do an alarm and remote start, right? There's probably a million different ways and people are gonna have a million different opinions on how to do it, but this is the way that I do it and this is my process. So let's get to it. Okay, so first thing I like to do is get the GoPro set up, and that took an hour to way too many hours. Okay, so you unbox all your product, right? So you know what you have. So we have our remote start and alarm, antenna, siren, cable for something. I'm sure I'll figure it out later. Batteries, more cables for stuff, and on this particular one, we have a module that you program, and it basically does all the security stuff for the car. So you're able to program your key code and everything in here, and it actually fits into this slot right here. So you don't actually have to have the key. Before in the old days, you had to have a key in the side of box and then a little antenna going around the ignition loop to make it actually remote start. So this one we don't. Anyway, so you get all your product out, you line everything out, and then you start undoing all your wires. I say you, this is what I do. You can do it however you want. Get all your wires out. You want to secure this somehow. They used to have screw things, but now they're only zip ties. So what we're gonna have to do, and I'll probably do this later, is zip tie it to the table somehow. So plug all your hooduses in. Okay, now I'm thinking this is going to the other thing. I have 2 devices here. This is for, if you don't have this to go in here, if you have an older alarm, you have to use this. All right, so that has to go with that. And then we're gonna do that on our Toyota 4Runner. I'm not seeing any other modules, so I'm not sure what these go to. Like I said, I'll figure it out when I need it. Okay, got that. All right, CJ, I need my drill. All right, so prep where you can. So I like to take standalone harnesses that aren't loomed.
Why do we want to do that?
It makes for a cleaner install. So basically what you're doing is you're taking this and then you're getting your tape. Let me get my tape. This is where our zip ties on the table are gonna come in handy. It's too big. Oh, I bet you we got Blue on that camera. So you'll have to download that video.
Okay.
Okay.
And why do we want to zip tie it down?
To hold it, or you can hold it one-handed when you get good enough to do it like that, but it's easier if you do it two-handed like this. So now instead of having a harness that's, has all the wires exposed, now it's loomed, and everything is gonna look like this setup right here. So what you do, the next step is to find out all the wires that you need and where they go. Because then, so you know where you're going to take your main power wires, and I don't know the wire colors right now, I have to look them up, but then you'll say, oh, I need these 3 wires, and they need to go to the ignition column, right? So you take these 3 wires, and then you'll tape them up, okay? Okay, these wires go to the battery, right? So then you'll take these wires, and you'll loop them up to the battery. So same thing with this, right? You're going to have a tack input, you're going to have a door lock input, you're going to have a window input, or output, right, depending on what you're doing. The siren, right, so you find the siren, it's gonna have its own loom, so you take your siren wires wherever they're at, and we're gonna loom them up so they can go in the engine bay. So that's our next step now, is you take your diagram that tells you what everything is, and then you also have a diagram for the truck, which is what you were working on earlier, and that's how we're gonna separate all these. So, you know, all right, so we can start right now. So ignition, output, starter output, battery, all of this should go to our steering column, accessory output, ignition 1. So basically this whole loom. And when you're doing this, this is where you can determine what you don't need. And then if you don't need it, I'll show you here in a second. All right, so I'm fairly confident that all these are gonna go to the same place. So we're gonna start taping it up. I like to take my fuses and keep them in the same line together. Now, if you tape it all the way to the end, you're not going to know which fuse goes to what. So you kind of want to leave a little bit of the wires exposed so you know which fuse is going to what wire. All right, so I'm going to leave about 8 inches to work with, okay? So that's one. So this one, so you have your parking light output, and you have your siren output, you have your ground input, okay? So the ground, we're probably gonna leave by itself. The siren is white with black stripe, okay? So this can go by itself. So if I had this zip tied to the table, I could do this two-handed like I was earlier. Okay, so then next one you have your parking light input and output. So this is different. Used to we would have output is white. All right, this is where we're gonna need the truck information so we know where the rest of the stuff goes. Shock sensor plugs into there, which is this guy. We don't need that right now. Edit that out.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, shock sensor goes here. Already loomed. All right, let's go print out that the diagram for the truck so we can do the rest of this. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm going through the list of outputs on the alarm, and I'm just separating the ones that I think we're not going to need, okay? And then blue is obviously helping. So trunk output, right, this is a truck, so we're not going to use that. Auxiliary 4, auxiliary 5, not using that. Okay, we're going to do this off camera. Save CJ some editing time. All right, so I've gone through my list, and I've determined all these wires we're not going to use. Now, we don't just cut them. So what I'll do is I'll take it. Well, I will cut these cutters. I don't have any of my tools here. They should be on that gray, in the gray tote. That'll work. I'll just cut them where they're all same length. I say these will work. These are in terrible condition. Wow. Okay. So then you take it, fold them over, make sure nothing's going to touch each other. If you're really anal about it, you can heat shrink each individual wire. As long as they're staggered, right, they shouldn't touch each other. And then I just leave a little tiny nub right there out so I know if the wire I'm looking for is in that loom or not. All right, so now, Lou, thank you for holding this because the wind is so bad right now. All right, so now this is where you have to determine which wires go where. It looks like I did mess up because I was reading in our 12 volt input, the input to the alarm is going to be at the fuse box, okay? And then all the rest of the wires are going to be at the ignition. So I'm going to have to break out our power wires and break those out separately. Okay, so we need to go one by one. So unlock, output, negative trigger, green. You know what I'm going to do, CJ, is I'm going to go through this and then I'm going to highlight the ones on here that we're actually going to use so it's easy to find. Let's do that. Okay, so we went through all that. We're about to go through and tape up all our stuff we need for the harnesses. And then I realized that this module, right, comes with this plug that plugs into here. And these are mostly all the connections that you need, okay? So I've taped these off, right? We got our ones we're not gonna use. We have our TPMS ignition cut, which I don't think we need it on this vehicle because he doesn't have remote start on the factory alarm. You've got your ignition input, which this is really going to go from here. It's going to wrap into that guy. And then we have our CAN wires. So CAN bus H and L. And then we have something that's called RDA, which I don't know what that is. Some kind of another data wire. And then the SIL wire, which says it is C note 1, connect to ground if vehicle is not equipped with immobilizer. Okay, well, I don't have the keys on me, but it should have an immobilizer on it, you would think. All right, so these are most of the connections that you need, and they're gonna go right into here. And this is gonna take care of, okay, what did I do? I bet you when I taped these things, I pulled one of the pins to the side. Something's not right. Oh, okay. The little Hudas right here is rubbing against the case, so you can't quite get it in all the way unless I move the whole plug over. Now I gotta shave it off. There we go. Okay, so we said pink goes with ignition, and according to our diagram here, we can get all of our 12-volt sources and everything from the ignition switch. So we're just gonna do that. And I left my tape. Okay, so this takes care of, this module with only these connections takes care of your lock, your unlock, your factory arm, disarm, your brake input, your tack input, your door trigger, and your hood input. What it doesn't do is your horn output and your dome light output. So really out of all this, I only need 2 wires. Really, it's probably only gonna be 1 wire for the horn output because I'm probably not even gonna use the dome light output. But we're gonna pull them out anyway, just in case I change my mind. So, black with white, we need that for the horn, and green with white, we need that for the dome light. Now, let's check our pins just to be safe. So, black with white is on 18, and green with white is on 7. That looks, yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7. And then, all right, so now I need my tape so I can tape up all these wires. And I'll go ahead and, I kind of want to leave these long just in case this alarm gets reused and you can actually use all these wires. I think we're gonna loop it like this. Now the problem with doing this is you're creating a larger wire mess that you have to deal with when you install everything. Oh, I just want to cut this off so bad. Okay, I'm waiting for CJ to get the tape. I wish Blue was here to entertain me.
You want me to throw it?
I mean, I would have started a lot faster, like 0.1 second faster. Dude, was this the tape we were using?
There were 2 tapes there.
Okay, this does not feel like brand new tape. That's why. Okay, this needs to get pressed all the way in. Okay. Okay, and this is probably gonna get zip tied. Let's just do that. All these wires. Dome light. Okay. Oh, you know what we didn't check? Parking lights. Okay, we're still gonna need parking lights. So, that's what all this nonsense is. Okay, parking lights right here. Okay, so positive trigger is there, negative trigger is there. Okay, I didn't bring, no, I did. Okay, headlight switch and dash fuse box. So where's our horn trigger? Dash fuse box. So this is likely gonna go with this. I need to figure out what's going on with this parking light circuit since it looks like it's got a built-in relay. So input, all right, I'll have to read the manual on this parking lights so I can figure out how it's working. But what I think it's doing, the white with red, if you're using negative trigger, right, which we're not, we're using positive trigger. So if you're using positive trigger, then this needs to go to here, and then your output, your white, needs to go to the fuse box with the horn trigger, is what I'm reading. I think this is what's going on. I'm gonna verify in the manual how this parking light circuit works. All right, then we're gonna be in the car. CJ, what happened? This is nothing. This is not doing anything. Okay, we are just about ready. So, as I suspected, this is your parking light input. So we're gonna run this with our main wires here. Okay. And our output is going with our horn trigger, is that right? Yep, dash view. Yes. Hold that. Standing there and watching me. Should make you do this. Okay. This is ground. This was, what was this one? Siren. Siren goes by itself. These two are going to go together. Okay. And then all these will go to different places. And this is what our dome light. We don't know where that's going yet. So now we need to go find all our connections inside the vehicle is the next step. Oh, and mount the antenna. And well, this thing is awfully short. So usually I like to put these up by the rearview mirror, but this is not gonna make it, you know, because it has the light in there, the little flashy. I wonder if we need to put that on the dash. That kind of sucks. I guess we could extend it if we wanted. These go to other modules that we don't have, like your web data link and your DBI and car link. We don't have those. So which one is the antenna plug into? Right here, this one. Okay, let's go to the car. Cut this. Are you using scissors?
Yeah.
God. Okay.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. That's what you do, right, Dad?
Okay, that's probably as good as we're gonna get. All right, so in this part, we are going to use multiple angles of cameras, multiple cameras to try and get you guys, you know, kind of see what we're doing. So we're gonna have the overview here, and then I've got the cell phone in here, and then the 8 I'll probably just use to show you some things. So CJ, you're gonna have to figure out all these camera angles.
Okay.
Okay, this is good. All right, so first thing we need to do is take off your sill plate and your kick panel, and then we're gonna take off the dash piece here. Okay, videographer. All right, so this should just pop right up, which I think I've already popped it up because there was no resistance. There it goes. Okay, so yeah, you have these ridges here in your sill plate, and they snap into these wire holders. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out his husky liner because it's probably cleaner underneath there than it is on this thing. All right, folks, when you're taking your car to get worked on, it is very beneficial and helpful if you clean it first. All right, so.
Do we want to start this one?
Oh, yeah. All right, so next one, we've got this guy right here, which you can usually untwist. And then we gotta take off our kick panel, which should just come straight out. Yep. Okay, so it looks like we should have made it. I mean, it did come straight out from there, but I guess alternatively we could have popped it out. There's a clip here, and where's the other clip? Oh, the other clip right there. Okay, so next you got your 10 mil there and there, which means we need the 10 mil. All right, so put your bolts in a place where you can find them. And then now we're gonna see what's still attached. Okay, what is still attached? It's the same yellow clips. There it goes.
Just one of the clips.
Yep. So these guys actually attach. There's actually a couple missing. It's probably been taken apart before, because you should have these clippy-doos pretty much on everything. So here's the ones for the airbag, but we're missing one. Oh, maybe we're not. No, I think we're good. Okay. All right, so let's unplug all this stuff. This is a light that should twist, come out. Yep. And then all these, you usually press the center release and pull it out. And you don't have to worry about which one they go in because they're all keyed to each switch. So you can't put them in the wrong spot. Okay, and this is your, honestly, I don't know what this is. That switch is for. Okay, now your release, just press this in right here, and then you should be able to push it out. I might need a tool. Yep, I need a tool. Give me that black handle tool. There it goes. Okay, well, I thought we were going to be able to fish it out of there. I'll probably have to disconnect it first. So the way this comes out is you got to pull the cable around and then slide it through. Because this fits in to your slot right there, and you'll see this when we put it back in, that it'll have to go just like that. Anyway, it fits down in there, and then the cable goes that way so it doesn't come out. Okay, so lower kick panel or dash panel's out. Put this under the car so you don't step on it, lose it. What do we have in here? So somebody's been in here doing some stuff. We got this white wire going somewhere. Got another black wire going somewhere. Oh, that's the microphone, I bet. I wonder if this goes to the radio somehow. Fused. Somebody did not do a exceptional job at installing this. Okay. Now the instructions say that we need to be at the dash fuse panel, which I think is this guy right here. Yep. Okay, so this is your cover for your fuse panel. Hammy. Right, so here's your fuse panel, and this is where most of our connections are going to be in these plugs right here. And then our ignition switch is it inside here? Where is it? Let's find it. Yep. Yeah, so it's going to be, I can't point at it, but your main wire is running right next to the steering column. So we need to get in here. It's either that or you're cutting open the loom back here. But it's better if you pull your column cover apart so you can actually see the plug and verify the pins that you're wanting to get to is correct. All right, so it looks like it might just snap. Usually there's some screw holes in here. I don't see any. All right, hold that. Let's try. I bet you there's something under here. Hand me my 9-degree pick tool, please. That's like 45. 90. All right, so let's pop this off and see what's in there. Nothing. Okay. Horn blows. Let's, oh, okay. Keys, I need the keys there on top of the, and then I need a screwdriver, Phillips head. You hear that noise?
Yeah. Is it your phone?
No. It stopped. Okay. It's going again. What is that noise? It stopped. Okay, weird. All right, so screw here, and there should be one
$300 instant
on the other side.
Find your dream bed at Mattress Firm.
Dude, no, I don't want to find anything on Mattress Firm. All right, Phillips said. Where's my drill, CJ? Did you put everything away?
Yeah.
Good job. At least now we know where to find it. You better go get them. All right, we're gonna take a short intermission while we grab the tools we need. This one. Okay, now we should be able to pop some stuff off here. Okay. All right, so now we should be able to access our ignition harness, which is, that looks like it, but it's not, that's not right. Because there needs to be heavier gauge wires in here. And they're definitely not in there. They're not there. Oh, crap. Okay, so where is it? Somebody's been probing wires. Okie dokie. Well, let me go do some research. And I'll be back. I wish you would show me the battery level. Okay. All right, where's the 8? CJ, where'd you do the 8? Okay, so this is the right plug, right? So it goes up there. I think I showed this to you earlier, but this is the right plug. So what we're gonna do is strip back the tape, and then so we have access to more of the wire, and then we can bring our main power wires in and connect it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put these pieces.
Hold on, we're recording. We're live. We're live, CJ. Jeez, is this gonna come undone? There it goes. Okay, we can save that for later. Stick it. No, it's not sticking. Man, this is some thin gauge wire. 5 amps max. Okay, let's go see Janie's. No battery status. I thought you could press on the screen and it would. Okay, I know the lighting's not great, and I figured out that I was using the wrong cable for the antenna. So this cable is actually much longer. It's the longest cable that comes in the kit. Will go to the antenna. So I've got all my wires here. Let me see if I can get you a better light. It's got to be better, right? Shoot, zip ties. All right, so we're gonna do some cable management here. Kind of group all our wires together and make sure nothing's pulling on anything else. This is gonna be a difficult video to edit because I have to record everything. Okay, so we got that. Now we'll tie it to your main harness. Oh, this is that CAN bus stuff. Those wires are definitely not long enough. Okay, so now you have your alarm prepped, right? You've got everything all bundled together, separated, and then you need to find a spot to mount your alarm. Now, there's a million ways to do this. You need to make sure you mount it to where it's not going to fall down, it's not going to chafe wires, it's not going to, somebody can't easily like yank it out and start messing with stuff. But I mean, you got to figure, right? Your wire's only 2 foot long. So if someone's going to steal your car, they got a 2 foot by 2 foot box to find it. So it's not like, you do all this work and hide this in some obscure location. It still needs to be serviceable, right? It's got fuses for a reason. And then if components go bad, you have to be able to swap them out. So what I like to do is mount it somewhere and then tie it to your main harness. And that way you can cut the main zip ties and kind of pull it down and service the alarm if you need to. So with these wires being so short and needing to go to our CAN bus area, I'm going to mount the alarm above the factory fuse box. Okay, so yeah, we're going to mount it in this area right here. So now I need my light down here. It looks like I need more than one light. So if I put it right in here, I should still be able to get to everything. Okay, let's do that. We'll run this, our main harness, under here, and we can tie it right there. And then that should clear. Make sure it clears our cover. How far does this cover go? So if you're right here, that should work. Let's double check. Yeah. We need to add a little more tape to this. I think I'm going to change this to go over the top. We're getting too close to chafing that. Okay, that looks like it should clear everything. Let's make sure we're going to clear the shifter. Oops. Alright, so as long as we don't go past that, we should be good. Can you see anything I'm doing? Okay. Probably would have been better if I would have turned these. Oh, I still can. I still can. Dude, you're supposed to be looking this way. Okay, that should be enough for me to attach these wires, and everything's out of the way. And we can run our antenna wire up like I wanted. Okay, when doing your antenna wire, you gotta make sure that you're not gonna be interfering with the airbag. So that means we need to go behind it. Well, that's gonna suck. Uh-oh. Okay, so that means I gotta take the A-pillar off, because if not, because this airbag goes all the way up here as one piece. So if I cross it like this, then your shit's not gonna work. So I need to go behind the airbag. Okay, let's not scratch the truck up. Where's our insertion point? Come on, dude. 10 mil, 10 mil. And we should be able to pull it out this way. Uh-oh. Where's the right adapter? So we don't lose it. That is concerning. That is not a Toyota Bolt. Okay, what happened there? Okay, not a Toyota Bolt. Somebody must have lost it. All right. So we can go up the same way the microphone did. And I'm actually gonna pull it behind this harness. Hopefully you can see. So it runs, pretty much the same way the factory harness is running. Clippy-doo, clippy-doo. All right, and then we should be able to tuck it under here. We're gonna end up right here next to the microphone. Oh, and make sure your hands are clean when you're messing with the headliner. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with paw prints where you don't want them. This is a tight headliner. I mean, like seriously tight. If it ain't tight, it ain't right. Now I gotta pull all this slack through. Almost there. That should be good, just like that. So it's got some 3M tape. We'll get some alcohol, clean that, and then cinch it down when we're ready. I'm gonna put a little bit of slack up here in the headliner, like a service loop, just in case we have to replace the antenna for any reason. And then the rest I'll tie up underneath the dash. That way, when you pull your alarm down, it's not all tied up against your antenna wire. Oh, I don't think that's supposed to come out like that. I wonder if this is a Toyota shock sensor. So let's tie our slack up right there. Where did you go? Oh, you're way over there. Is this on? Is this thing on? No. Repairing your file. Okay, that means the battery probably died. Great. Great. Pause for intermission. GoPro reliability. Okay. Time to look at my butt again. Okay, so where were we? Antenna. I'm gonna turn you at an angle to try and keep that glare from the light from being so bad. All right, so we got our antenna slack. All right, what's next? Okay, shock sensor. We'll get that pushed out of the way. Right now, this is your FL can. Extra wires. What a shitty zip tie. This was the TPMS, which I don't think we need. But if we do, it says we need to take this to the kick panel. Okay, we can run that with this Toyota shock sensor here. So the idea when you're doing stuff like this is you want to run everything with the factory loom as much as possible. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All these batteries are dying. Okay, what is this, dome light? We'll put dome light out of the way for now. And then we have our ground wire. So this should be simple. I've got a factory ground stud right there. So we'll take this to the kick panel too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Our main GoPro just died. Okay, intermission. Time to look at the butt. All right. So next we have our parking lights. I'm pretty sure most of these connections are right here at the fuse box. I'm pointing like you might be able to see. Can you see what I'm doing? Let's see what our paperwork says. Parking lights, dash fuse box, 32 pin plug, 3H, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what we want. And then dome light was the interior light switch on the dash. I wonder if hopefully that's here. Yes, that should be it. And then horn trigger, dash fuse box, same thing with the parking lights. And it is only a couple wires away from that. So our horn trigger was black, white, parking lights is white. So grab these two. Don't pull your ground out, ding-a-ling. I didn't zip tie my ground up yet. This is our CAN bus stuff. We'll move it out of the way. What is this one? Siren. Siren, 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 siren. Okay, this needs to go that way. So let's take our siren. Looks like we can run it behind the loom right here. I pushed it through. Where did it go? It's way up there. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably I want to go around the tube and then go down. So it's not just making a straight shot. We're going behind the alarm and then down through the firewall. If I can get my hand in there. Maybe we have to go around this way. Oh, come on. Where are you at? Dude, it's got to be right here. Oh, I got it. I got it. Kinda. I lost it. Nope, I got it. Oh, that was brutal. Okay. Now can I get out? Pull it down so I don't forget about it. I wonder what these other wires he's got in here is. In this white electrical tape. I mean, what is this? What is this for? He's got two wires. One's going that way, and then the other one's going that way. Going into the door? What the hell's in the door? Are these aftermarket mirrors? He's got lights under the door? I don't know. He's got some kind of lights going under the door, and I wonder, I don't think it's any of the white wires I need. I don't know what it goes to. Okay. So for our fuse box stuff, what we're going to do is we're going to tuck our wires in up here, and then we're going to go with this factory loom, right? And then we're going to tag them all in here, okay? Now, I'm not going to bore you with all my soldering and stuff like that in the essence of time, so I get it done quicker. And so you're not just watching me fiddle around with wire soldering. I'm going to get it done and then show you guys what I did after. I'll leave some exposed so you can kind of see, you know, how I did it. But maybe I'll record a quick snippet of one of the wires so you can see it from start to finish. But let's pause this video. We got all our stuff run where it needs to go. So that's basically your next step. You put your alarm in, and now you run the things where they need to go. Obviously, we still got to do our shock sensor, our CAN bus, and well, we know where the dome light's going. That's going to go with this harness right here. So you run all your wires in the general location where they need to go and kind of zip tie them up along the way to get them where you need them to be, and then you make all your connections, and that's what we're about to do right now. Make connections and secure everything. So see you guys in a bit. All right, I said I'd show you how to do a wire, or how I do a wire. So I've got my harness here, and basically what I do is I'll take my wire and I'll match it up to where it needs to go. So this is our 12 volt source. It's gonna be white, pin number 4. Okay, so I matched it up where I want it to go. Right, so then I take that, okay, and I make a little slit. Okay, now it's going to be just about the length of how far you strip it back. All right, so now I've cut it on both sides. So now you take a sharp razor, which I'm not so sure how sharp this one is, and then you slit your wire through. Now you can heat the wire up, okay, and this will make it cut a lot easier. And this wire's such thin gauge, you don't want to slice it too much. The bigger wires, you can kind of do a slit right in the middle and get it out pretty easily. All right, so now once you have that settled, take your wire, you wrap it around, make sure all your ends are nothing sticking out, and then you want to take your solder. If you're not used to doing this, you may want to put a piece of cardboard or something down on the floorboard just in case you drip your solder. Take your iron, and you're basically going to heat the wire. You know you're heating the wire because you can touch only the wire and you see the solder go in there. Now we got 100% coverage, and then you're going to tape it up. So I like to pull my tape from your basically joint end, and then you're going to wrap it around. You need to stretch it while you're pulling. This will ensure that it stays tight to your wire. Oh wow, look at that. Such thin gauge wire. I broke it. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you wire repair. Oh my god. Oh, this is a mess. Already a mess. Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, now that we made a complete mess of everything, we have to extend this wire. The only good thing about this is now the wire is completely broken. We can use heat shrink on it instead of just tape. Okay, let's go get this wire. Pause the video. Okay. We got our wire here. So white wire, same color as OEM. Somebody's gonna come in here after me and be like, what the hell? What happened? Just like I did with that T-tap stuff. Blue, this is not a joint exercise. Blue. Step 1, make sure it's cool to the touch. Slide our heat shrink over there. And I'll use my soldering iron to actually shrink it. And take your time. What the hell? Don't tell me this is pre-shrunk heat shrink. That would be some shit. Need some flame action. Looks like I need some more fuel in this thing too. Okay, so that side's done. Now we do our other side. You guys didn't know you're getting a lesson in wire repair because I it up. Next time I won't be so brutal with the taping of the wire. Well, good thing we got the cardboard down there. Novice. Run our heat shrink through there. Are you gonna work on this one? There you go. Okay, so our 12-volt wire is now repaired. I'll try not to freaking mess up the other ones. This wire is real thin, right? It's only rated for 5 amps. And since this remote start is not actually running a starter, we're gonna be just fine. Okay, I don't like how this is bunched up with all these other wires. Oh, and so when you're doing this, right, the quick way is to go through and strip it all and then solder it all at once. Okay, the problem is if you do that, you could risk arcing out any of the wires on each other or to ground. I missed a little nub here. So really you want to do it one at a time. It's safer to do it one at a time. And then the rest of that will get loomed up when we tape up the whole thing. Okay, let's see if we can do another one without destroying the wire. Same thing, fold it over, get your mark. Oh yeah, I'm sure you like looking at my arm. Okay. Alright, I'm already getting impatient, so we're just gonna torch that one off. Try not to cut the wire, ding-a-ling. Don't cut the wire. Now, I'm paranoid about breaking a wire again, so I'm trying to be extra careful. Try to get my arm out of the way. Don't break the wire. Don't break the wire. And then we'll tape these together just so I don't break it again. All right, so I'm gonna do that basically with all the rest of them. And there you go. Oh, these batteries are terrible. 9%. Let's see if we can say what I want to say. Okay, horn trigger and parking lights are both violet wires, right? So parking lights is pin number 32. Okay, hopefully you can see that. And then horn trigger is pin number 27. So horn trigger is negative trigger, parking lights is positive trigger. I just want to show you guys that. Okay, I just realized you guys probably want me to prove these wires are what they are. So hopefully you can see it on the outside camera. But, okay, power probe. This is gonna be parking lights. Okay, horn trigger. Okay. All right, so I've been struggling with this. It wouldn't lock or unlock the doors or anything. And the red light was constantly on the cart. Of course, today is a holiday and you can't call tech support. So after jacking with it for a minute, I unplugged the alarm and plugged it back in. And then the LED started flashing blue. Of course, I didn't record any of it. Let's see if it does it when we turn the ignition on again. What it did after I reset it or unplugged it. Okay, now it must, the flashing blue and I don't even know what color, it might have been green, but these lights were flashing after I reset it and plugged it back in, and it acted like it was programming, and then the door locks actually started to work. So right now the remote start doesn't work. It's flashing 7 flashes, which indicates a TAC programming issue. So we are going to program the TAC, you know, like it says in the audio box instructions. So 1 second. I think we got to, oh, where is it? TAC programming somewhere. Hold the button for X amount of seconds. And it does some flips and jumps. Okay. Alright, so we're turning this off. Turn the ignition on. Valet button 3 times. And we're up here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, key off. And then we have to press and hold the valet button. I can't do this unhindered. And I'm pretty sure you're supposed to start it. And then the parking lights are supposed to flash. They have not done such a thing yet. And I'm wondering if I need to use the, just go ahead and hook up the TAC wire on the alarm instead of using the ADS, the FL cart. That would at least get me past this stage. Wait, I heard a click. Maybe something flashed. I wasn't paying attention. All right, we're gonna turn it off. Let go. Okay, I don't think that worked. Okay, another failed attempt. I'm gonna keep doing some things and try to figure it out. Okay, it just said SD card error, so it got me all freaked out, but now it's working. All right, so I hooked up the TAC wire from the alarm to the ALDL connector right here, pin number 9, light green, if you want to know. So now I'm going to try and program the TAC again. I'm pretty confident it's going to work, and that's why I'm recording. If it doesn't, CJ just delete all this stuff. All right, so on, 1, 2, 3, off, hold valet button, start the truck. Oh, and blue is messing around. Oh, it's flashing. That's way more than it did before. Oh, blue, try to get off this truck. Okay, that's 10 seconds. Let it go. And that was 2 flashes, I believe. Turn it off. now it should work. So let's test it with the remote and let's see what other error it gives us. Oh, that's a good sound. That's a bad sound. All right. Okay, so that means it has an immobilizer. So I need to hook up the SIL wires, what they call it, SIL. That needs to go to the ALD connector. So let me do that. Pause for intermission. Okay, SIL wires hooked up. Let's try now. Nope. Okay, what's the deal with the immobilizer? Let me try it with the factory remote just in case. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have the same issue, but. Oh, okay, that's because. All right. Cancel. Lock me out, folks. Oh, and the camera fell down. Okay, so let's make sure our key still works. Okay, that's not good. All right, let's pause for long intermission. All right, I think I figured out what I did wrong. Oh look, Tony's been busy. All your support, you guys, have made me be able to pay Tony to redo my kitchens. All 738 of you. Oh wait, that means I don't get any money. But thanks for the support anyway. All right, let me show you what's going on. Let me get the whole camera setup going. I forgot the other camera. So it's you and the phone. Okay, so for those of you interested in programming your FL cart, which is the cartridge that goes into your alarm, it should be as simple as ignition key in, turn ignition key on, it'll turn solid red, and then blue for 2 seconds. We're waiting. LED will turn solid red. Wait, LED will turn blue for 2 seconds. That's what we're waiting on. Can you even see? Oh, we're right here. Right there. That's the light. It didn't say start it. What did we do wrong? I wonder if I have to flash it again, because I just reset it. Why are we not doing anything? What did we do wrong? I'm gonna start it, even though that's not what the directions say to do. Okay, we're turning it off. We're solid red again. Oh my God. I really want to get this on camera so it works, but it's not working. And then if I screw with it and make it work, you guys are gonna miss it. The first time this did this, and I wasn't aware, I had to unplug everything. I think I left all these plugged in. Let's just go ahead and unplug them. Okay, we're leaving the antenna plugged in. All right. So plug this back in, alarm connector, shock sensor, and this is your FL cart connector. Okay, now we're going to do our power and our ground. I don't know why it's yelling at me. Okay, that's yelling at me. Okay, now we're going to try our key thingy again. In the ignition, turn it on. Solid red, says wait. Okay, the only difference between now and the first go around is I hooked up the SIL wire, which is the orange and black, and I did the TPMS interrupt, which is the white with black and the white with red. But you have to hook up the SIL wire because it has an immobilizer. That's what it says. That's what it's for. So how long do you have to wait? Am I just being impatient or what? Turn key to the on position. LED will turn solid red, which it is. Wait. LED will turn solid blue. I'm still waiting. How long do I have to wait for? Because now I did do a factory reset on the module, and if you do that, I don't know if you have to reprogram, reflash it again. So maybe we'll try that, because I don't think it should take this long. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna flash it. The battery's about to die. Go figure. And there may have been no audio on the last round. Okay, so I flashed it. I changed one setting. Don't ask me what it is because I don't remember. It was something insignificant. Ground, power, alarm plug. Shock sensor migrated. Shock sensor. Oh, come on. And our flashy stuff. Connections are made. Should be able to see something happen this time. The keys ignition. Turn it on. It says red. Already thinking this is not right. Oh, I turned the tack output off of this. I turned that off since we hooked up the wire through the alarm. Dude, come on. What did we do wrong? Everything's connected. It doesn't like me. I wonder if it has anything to do with this being plugged in. I don't think so. I don't think there's not even a wire there. It shouldn't matter. Dude, come on, bro. There's no way it takes this long, does it? I wonder if I lost all my program. Now my locks and everything won't work anymore. Let's see. Oh yeah, we lost everything. Now nothing works. Okay, let's read our troubleshooting guide. Solid red. Waiting for vehicle information. Waiting for more vehicle information. Well, how do you get vehicle information? I guess we're going to turn this thing on and just wait for 10 years. Okay, so I'm going to turn the video off and I'm just going to let it sit for at least 10 minutes and see what happens. All right, I do have a suspicion that my audio cut out the last round. Okay, so what I did is I tagged the wrong blue wire. So I have this, you know, just, it's not soldered or anything, just kind of hanging out right here. But yeah, pin number 7, light blue, and I had it on pin number whatever was wrong. So now, I haven't tested it yet. You see it's still red. So now we're gonna test it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work this time. On, oh, blue! Oh, oh, that makes me happy. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm excited. I've been jacking with this thing for days, really. Okay, so lock. I'm assuming the door locks were already locked. It's unlocked. I heard it unlock. Lock. Okay, it is locked. All right, let's do our remote starter guy. Okay, well, we need to do some setting adjustments. We're a lot closer than we were. It looks like we gotta either let it crank for some more or... Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. Let's cancel it. Let's try it. I mean, it shouldn't make any difference, but let's try it with a factory key fob. Okay, I don't know why it's overrunning. Maybe we gotta program the tack again. Let's do that, because I don't think it's reading the tack. So program tack, you've already seen this. 1, 2, 3, okay. Turn it off, hold it. Do we have flashing lights? I don't see any flashing lights. Ugh. Okay, so now I think I have to go back in, reprogram it, and turn the tack input on, or output, for the module. We're so close. Okay. Uh-oh, GoPro down. My battery's low on the wireless. Okay, so I have not tried to program this being hooked up in the car before, so I don't even know if it's gonna work. Every time I've done it, it's been completely disconnected. So let's see if it'll do anything. Oh, don't tell me this thing needs internet. Oh, where's my cell phone? Okay, well, I guess that works. Okay, web link remote starter. Can't detect your device. That might be because it's plugged in, just like I said. So let's unplug it. This is why you leave all that slack in there when you gotta service the damn thing. Okay, all right, try again. Look, it's flashing blue. Okay, modify features. That's what we want. Okay, we want to turn our tachometer output on. Save. Configuration saved successfully. So is that it? Is that all you have to do? You don't flash it again? We'll try it. Okay, let's get the camera setup going, I guess. With super duper bright lights. I guess that works. I don't know. Shock sensor still on the wrong side. Likes to migrate over there. Okay, we're not red or anything. There's no lights on the device, so that's a good thing. Okay, now do we try and program the tack again? I'd say yes, but you have to have keys on the tack. Okay, key on. 1, 2, 3. Now we're in program mode. Okay, hold button. Start truck. Oh, flashy, flashy. I see it. That should be good. Okay. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, tax programmed. Now it should work. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when you don't install remote starts for years. All right, you ready? Oh, finally. Oh my goodness. What a pain in the butt. It's unlocked. We got some lights on the dash, which they promise will go away once you turn the key on and do your takeover. So, keying the ignition. You see our TPMS is flashing. Hit the brake. No more lights. It works. Ha! Oh, okay. Now I can put this stupid thing together. I gotta solder this and, do all my wires, and I'll show you guys that after I finish. But, what a nightmare. I hope you guys learned something. All right, pause for intermission. Okay, are we live? Are we live? Hello, 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 hello. Okay, let me give you the world tour. All right, so our alarm's tucked away up in here. We've got all our wires run, minus, this big loom right here, with our factory wiring, okay? So OBD wires go down here to the OBD. You got your parking lights. Horn trigger goes to the BCM. I did redo this fuse that was T-tapped for his mirrors. I did not rerun all his wires for his mirrors, but I did kind of zip tie them out of the way so they're not gonna, fall down. We've got grounds here. The TPMS cut is down here in this loom, and then antenna goes up there next to the airbag. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I gotta clean that windshield to stick the antenna on. But that's pretty much it. Oh, shock sensor's mounted there. Now, I like to mount the shock sensor where I can actually get to the adjustment. And I don't loom the wire up, with everything, just in case you have to move it or, it's in a bad location, whatever, something like that. But other than that, that is about it. I'll take another peek in there so you can see how I just ran everything with the factory loom and stuff. But it looks, almost like factory. I just gotta, plug these in. All right, now put this truck back together. Okay, put the Toyota screw in the Toyota screw hole. Put the non-Toyota screw in the Toyota hole. It's a bolt, not a screw. You guys know what I mean. Oh yeah, I forgot it was a different size. I'm not gonna bore you with putting this thing back together. So this concludes the alarm install, and I think the only thing I have left to do, I gotta mount the siren. Damn it. I'll ask him if he actually wants it. Some people just want the horn. Satellite antenna for the radio. I gotta do that. It's too late now. I'll have to do it tomorrow, but there's no hood pin. I keep losing his keys. That wasn't a good test because the key was in the ignition. That doesn't count. Start over. Okay. Well, we already demonstrated lock, and well, we didn't demonstrate lock. So, lock. Unlock once is driver's door. Unlock twice is all the doors. Okay. Remote start. So it'll give you that display, a little rotating guy that it's running. It's locked, the doors are locked, but it's not armed. The alarm's not armed, the truck is. Now the alarm is armed, okay? Stop it. Okay, now factory remote. I didn't do anything, it wasn't me. All right, now factory remote. 3 times. And then this does. So, same thing. To stop it, let's see. Yeah, 3 times to stop it. Okay, I think. I'll open it and just restart it. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, it works. I wore the crap out of your starter, but it works. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.